this was not, this one was part of the plan. Didn't plan it. So, because how can you organize conferences and workshop the same month? Not that easy. But like we are already planning the international conference on advances in industrial and applied practices last year. And then we were in January, then Professor Pretty called me, said, so Fakare, we want to come to Nigeria, we want to organize a workshop and conference. There was one coming like 2 weeks from that time. So I was like, this is very it's not easy. So, but I didn't want to discourage him because when I saw him talking, he was talking with passion. He was talking with a kind of driving force. So I said, well, I'm going to allow this. And then eventually I spoke with my people. We all agreed that everybody rose up. We start planning concerning this second one because the last one we had was like today is 20, right? Just roughly 2 weeks ago. We had one and then we had another one. So it's not an easy thing, but the grace of God, we're able to things together and put together to organize the personnel and all that. And the one good thing is that you see, how they were coming, the process, every stages of the process, they were carrying us along. We needed a letter for an invitation, then we were to go to the Nigerian embassy in India, how they got the visa. As soon as they got the visa, they sent the visa to us and their tickets and everything. So everything was just going on smoothly. No project. And by the grace of God, we were able to get some funding. We come down, travel, and then come to this place. This so-called place, See that this is not the place where people want to come. If somebody get to Lagos and start another journey again, not easy. Like 6 to 8 hours inside the car. It's not an easy thing. So I really wanted to appreciate them on the it's a real commitment. You will see one thing I noted about these people that they are big professors, they are still doing research. And some of us got PhD, they are feeling that a big man and this. But if that's why it's good not to stay in your cocoon. It's good to go out, meet with people. You will know that, like when you say that your father's farm is a big. When you get out there, you will see that your father's farm is not even known. Not to talk of counting it as one of the biggest. So I think, this brings an opportunity to our doorstep to be able to relate with the internationals and see how things are being done. So that, no matter what level you get to, whether you are a doctor, a professor, so the final level, progressive. Now, everybody that stop learning starts thinking. No matter who you are, no matter the level you are, learning is not something that helps. It's a continuous process. So we continue to learn and unlearn. Now, you learn and unlearn from something that are not conventionally accepted. You throw them away and get some new things that can make you better. I think that's one of the reasons for this conference and workshops that we are organizing. The aspect of the conference is one, let people come to share their ideas, what they are working on or what they have worked on, and some people are doing ongoing work and all that. And one good thing about conferences is like if you are doing a work and the work is not yet published or is in the process, you present it and critique it and make it better for you. So we create an environment where people can grow and become the right kind of person they need to be. Now, anything you want to be like, you need the right soil. If you have a seed and you have a bad soil, you can't grow. So you need the right environment. If you don't have the right environment, a good environment, no matter how good your seed is and how quality the seed is, Because of the soil, you cannot grow. So you need the right environment to grow your ideas, to grow your wings, to become what God wanted to become. And what we need to do, like I usually say to my students that uh, we are not going to wait for people outside to come and solve our problems. If you look at Indians, I was in England as a PhD student for some few months, and I saw that Indians have to the point where they are solving their problem by themselves. If you look at them, everything they wear, everything they have, all their computers, all their shoes, their clothes, their bags, they are all from India. They do their things themselves. So, like I've learned that, look, if we don't cultivate that habit in Nigeria as well, we are not going anywhere. We are going to remain a slave. And if you like, go to abroad. Then and sit down in Germany or US and they are taking photo, no problem. Nobody regards you as their citizen. Anything you get, even if you get a permanent resident or all that, you are still on pay, you are not on hay. You are not a first-class citizen. No matter the document they give you abroad, you will never be recognized as a first-class citizen. God, they know by your color, you are not part of them. Somebody has spent, I was just reading this after, somebody who has spent, he got to US at 19 years and has spent 15 years, was still deported. Was it 2 days ago? He was deported. So what are you talking about? Now, this is, for me, the question I keep asking is that if God does not have a good plan for me, he will not bring you to Nigeria. So it means that the solution is there. I just need to think with him. I'm not engaging in thoughts. We are too negative. That's why, you see, when you are too negative, negative things will happen to your mouth. Look at the case. According to the only 10 of them were saying, 12 of them, they were saying to us 5 the land. And 10 said, we cannot. We cannot. And they did not. Negative what came to pass in their life. Most of us are negative. We are negative about our situation. We are negative in our thoughts. Now, if I have been negative, I will not be here. I will not see solution. I will not think of establishing a center. I will not think people. It has to start from somewhere. Indians, during the time of Gandhi, he told them that they should not buy clothes outside. And when he said that, he himself was also proud. But he do something like this. When you buy a clothes, he was wearing that clothes, and they saw him as a leader. Indians start thinking, a build pattern. Now you don't have them, you don't have that time. Before you ask the Tatara boys, you don't buy their shoe now. You buy many things. If they don't think, how will you buy? So we need to start inculcating that habits in every one of us. Look at the man that presented the other day. He discovered a problem in his local community and went to the lab, sent his previous student to go and solve. That's the kind of thing that Nigeria should involve in. When they finish solving the problem, they came out with the products that can solve the problem with their community on the issue of water. So it's not enough to run to abroad, though. Let me tell you, it's a place where you go and you can get missing. Why? Because there is little or no impact you can make there. PhD is their food. Research is their food. They've been doing it before you came. This one that they said, when I didn't go there, there's how many of them on top of it? Before you get there, they'll be doing their research. When you leave, they will continue to, that's their food. So how do we solve problems here? Let's start thinking. Let's start, as a young person, let's change our perspective. Let's also change our words. Pulling back. There's nothing good here. Useless too. All those things. When you say that, Pulling will be bad for you. Yes. It is bad. It will be bad for you. Because it's what you say you receive. But when you keep saying, oh, even though things are not working, you keep believing and saying positive words that will encourage you, you start seeing solution. You start seeing way out, how to solve the problem. And before we know it, so if we gather, it takes a match to destroy the whole nation. Just need a match. Don't need many match. That's one. You can clear the whole of this building. So one word that you speak that is negative can also affect next generation. So we need to be positive about Nigerian situation. These people, they don't have two heads. They have only one head. They are passionate about their country. Then we say an Indian student who does a master's, we are asking him that, what do you want to do after you? We tell you that I want to work for the government of India. They will talk it with passion. I want to do this for the government of India. They are not saying that they want to run to anywhere. They want to solve their own problem. And that's the way. Go to China, same thing. That's the way. No white man will come here to solve the problem. We need to start thinking, how do we solve our problem? How do we do it? I know that it's not something easy, but when we have a positive mind and a mind that is filled with solution, one day we'll get there. And then I'll start collaborating with people that have like minds. People that have the same kind of mind you have. And you start building strong and collaboration together. That's the way we do it. And before you know it, we'll get there. So my challenge to every one of us as we go for this conference, and then the second part of the workshop. Now, I used to tell people that, look, if you're in the academia, I know that textbook does not provide fund for conference. Because as an academia, conference is meant for you to present. Workshop that will make you to be trained and be retrained in your area. I will add value to you and make you a better scientist. You need it. In those days, when I was a younger lecturer, so what I seek for most is workshop. I don't bother myself. I attended many workshops. But at the point, when it comes to any area in modeling, I can tell you by the grace of God that some of the things I used and some of them are just things I gathered from workshops that I've done to all over the world. There is no absolute thing that when it comes to mathematics and technology, any nation in the world, I can say it anywhere because the materials we have gathered can stand and pack with any university in the world, the place of God. Whether Oxford or mention any university, I can tell you that. Because we have what it takes. Now, it's because of the exposure. You need workshops. There are certain workshops that will open your eyes to things that you will never be able to get 10 years of your experience as a lecturer. I'm telling you. Workshops are like impartation. You know, like when somebody has gotten something, and then you impart it on you, and you receive it there. Man that has gotten it, before he will impart it on you, maybe he has fasted and did 20 years, and you are getting it under 5 minutes. So workshops are like impartation. Now, what you will have done to get for 20 years of your experience, and get it under 2 minutes. Workshop. So let's create news. That's why one of our interests in the also to organize workshop when enlightening people to make them learn new things, new skills. Because it is one thing for you to have certificate, it's another thing to skills. And you can have MSc or PhD. If you don't have skills that is commensurate to that degree, in the research world today, you will suffer. The best you can do is to be teaching. I want to teach. And you can't do research that can attract funding. But when you go for a workshop, you get exposure, how to train to do something. And once you are trained and you are having the skill, you can begin to reproduce as well. And before you know it, You start fighting. If you write, maybe you put up a grant and you get $1 grant. It's a good thing. You start with that, and before you know it, it goes. I started my lab with £9,000. £9,000 in that small place. Not here, not in ICT. In that small place, 9,000 grants from Oxford. But I didn't stop there. I started growing it. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. With the grant, I was able to sponsor one master student. That master student today has gotten admission with my collaboration with the University of KwaZulu-Natal. She did her master's and published two good one. Okay. Yes. She published in, so we got the fund. I gave her, I mean, in the fund provided £1,000 for her to do her master's. She did a good master's and published in good numbers. And at the end of the master, she was the okay, can I work in collaboration with the University of KwaZulu-Natal? That was all. Now, from there, started working, and this year I have to bring up students for KwaZulu-Natal to supervise. That was now she as a students, about 4 or 5 masters are here now from KwaZulu-Natal. They are not exactly they are collaboration between the Icammwa and University of KwaZulu-Natal, School of Mathematical and Physical Science. So their PhD is going to be applied by University of KwaZulu-Natal to South Africa, and their masters as well. You see that? So what we are saying is, if we stop where we are started, we will not be here. That is why I want to challenge us. No matter the situation, don't give up. Don't give up. When you give up, then there is no hope. But when you keep challenging, even when you fall, keep challenging yourself. I'm going there. I will make it. I'll get to that peak. Then you'll get there. If I have given up, I don't have time to tell you my discouragements, all my challenges. That I giving up will not be here. So let's not give up. It's not easy, we know. A lot of impossibility, we know. All the challenges, we know. But in the midst of it, we keep moving, breaking new grounds, and moving on so that we don't stay where we are. So, as we learn about this conference, what is your own intention? What are your plans? This is a new year, 2026. It's a new year. What are your plans? This is the first quarter. What's your plan? What do you want to achieve? As a lecturer, as a student, do you have a plan for the first 3 months of the year? The second 3 months, the fourth 3 months, the fourth 3 months. As you know, we break our time in the calendar. At the end of the first 3 months, what have we achieved? If we have not achieved anything, we challenge ourselves again. What's the plan? Life is not just to be lived for nothing. It's to be lived, to be a solution provider. That's why when God created you, He didn't create you empty. He created you and breathed the breath of life into you. To go and be solution, go and solve problem, not to add to the problem. And the Spanish man that came, one thing I noted about him was that there was nothing he ever complained about Nigeria. I can't explain. He never complained about anything, even though he was coming from a very advanced country. And by the virtue of his personality, he was a former vice chancellor of his university. He was an advisor to the president of Spain, man that came in the 2nd February. But we probably took him to an hotel. You know what and there was the hotel was good. It came to a night that there was no night. And the student that was with him was saying, everybody were trying to say, oh, sorry, no. I'm not to add to the problem, I'm to solve the problem. I was shocked. In a situation where some of us are like, we will be complaining and be causing all the case here. And be saying negative word. Somebody who was a foreigner was not complaining. So let's start having positive mind. Let's start seeing solution. Let's start seeing positivity about our country. That is how a country is built. It's not built by negative word. You know that all the people that spoke negative word about their Canaan, you didn't get there. They were stuck in their wilderness. So please, I want you to know that we are on a journey, every one of us. Now, we have had the opportunity this 1 week to enjoy listening to different people all over the world. What's your own decision? What's your plan about your life? How do you want to take it? How do you want to take the next step about your journey, your research, and your journey whatsoever you want to do? Now, you may not have the capacity. What do you do? Find people who are doing it. Be ready to learn. Be ready to learn. Even me, I'm learning every day. I go around with my notes. I learn every day so that I can get better. So there's no level you get to that you cannot learn. You keep learning to be better. So we must be ready to learn. We must be ready to collaborate. We must be ready to network with the right set of people. And so that at the end of the day, we will be able to achieve our plans, either as a student, getting a certificate, or as an academics, getting to become a senior lecturer, a professor, and all of that. And even when you become a professor, is that the end of the matter? No. You see, they are professors. Some of them are professors for the past 10 years, 15 years. They are still working and doing meaningful things, raising students, going all over the world. If they are not doing anything, you will not bring them here. So that's it. So if you think that, oh, once I become a professor, I just start wearing native and wearing card and looking for position in the university, you are joking. That's not the end. People are doing meaningful things with their professorial level, not just to collect salary and move around the department and faculty and be doing like a kid or a ballet. So era has come to that kind of nonsense. We need to rise up for people in the coming generation. Young people who are looking up onto us as lecturers, as early careers. We need to challenge them by what we do, by making them know that there is something they can do with their life at the end of the day. So I want to challenge once again the students who are here, who are doing your bachelor, your first degree, and some of you are already giving your projects to be done by somebody else. You are shooting yourself on the leg. You are shooting yourself on the leg because what will you have come out with at the end of the day? What can you say you have known? These are things that when other people from other world, when they hear about it, it looks strange to them because we cannot try it. So let's rise up. If you are doing masters, you are doing bachelor, you are doing PhD, sit down and work very hard. Hard work will not kill you, to make you better. At the end of the day, you are going to eat the reward of the hard work because hard work pays. At the end of the day, when you are eating that reward, people will say, when did you start? They didn't know when you start. When there was no light and you are running candle and you are using lantern and you are using torchlights and you are using even the torchlight in your phone to read, to put this together. So I want to beg you, let's sacrifice. When it's time to sacrifice, time is coming when our will be rewarded. Not when you get the revenue, even while you're on this earth, you have the reward. So appreciate us for coming, and I believe that we continue to challenge ourselves from time to time to become better person, better researcher, whatsoever thing we find ourselves. I want to finally appreciate my guest, so pretty Kumar, and the page. I really appreciate him for coming. Thank him for the commitments. Sometimes I'll call them, they are tired. You see come around, and together we have been able to do, this conference in reality workshop and everything. I want to appreciate you. I really thank you. God bless you. I also want to thank all the participants. I really appreciate you for coming. Your coming has added further to this conference and workshop. I want to appreciate my brother and friend, Mr. I really appreciate him. He's a wonderful man. And you stand up and appreciate him for the peace. You can run that problem. We have been sit down. We have been of grace. So anytime we want to do anything, you will always be there. You will always give his best. I want to appreciate you. You will never lack men. Anytime you want to do anything, men will rise up for you. In the name of Jesus. God bless you, sir. I appreciate every one of us, all the camera, and the media, the protocol, the technical, the MC, all of them, the program editor, the chairman of the organizing committee, right? That's here, and me. So can we give them a round of applause? We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We also appreciate our vice chancellor for giving all this praise. I have the other time, we went to the movie place, they said we come and pay. You can how can we be paying now? So we appreciate them, we appreciate the vice chancellor and all the management staff. And my HOD, we appreciate the absence and send somebody HOD of my class department. And the dean of faculty of science, I appreciate every one of them. And I want you to also appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself. So when you say that some of you want to have nice time from you want to take photo. Yes. You want to take photo with this dress.
Before ending of the program, I would like to request all of you about participants that last 5 days I am with Officer Dakari, and when I am moving in his car, he always singing a song which is very much associated in my country, and he singing this song as because of he heard this song in India in language of Tamil, one of our state in India, and I requested to Professor H, and his wife has sang that song, and I would like to all of you that at the end of the this declaring of the end of the conference or workshop, we will start the song. All of our participants will participate with dancing, and the program will be finished.
So you should be ready to end this meeting with the dance. Indian dance. We will show some example and then we'll
And the meaning of the song, just in a nutshell, I am telling that we don't want to wear, we wear, W-E-R, wear. And we like peace. All the globe, all the countries, we like peace. We don't want war. That is the message of this song.
Thank you. So thank you very much. I wish you say back to your
Thank you so much, bro.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I hereby declare this conference closed. Thank you.
So much. Before we go for that dance, those few announcements. One, all the lectures delivered there on